We already knew that Microsoft's upcoming console was going to deliver 6 teraflops of GPU performance, but with the company's E3 press conference out of the way, we actually learned a couple new things about the system. We're going to walk you through them right now. So, Michael, one of the first things that we learned about the system is actually the name. It's no longer called Project Scorpio, it's called
the Xbox One X.
Yeah, what do you think about the title?
It makes sense in terms of keeping it within the family of Xbox consoles. So we have the Xbox One S, which is the standard console, and the Xbox One X, which is kind of the premium console. So it all makes sense to me.
Yeah, we also learned the price,
which is $499.
That's pretty expensive. What do you think about the price?
It kind of aligns with my predictions and a lot of other people's predictions just because of how much power this thing is packing into one console. It makes sense that it's $499, but I think the interesting part is like, how is that going to compete with the PS4 Pro, which is $100 cheaper? It may be even lower.
Yeah, it seems like it's more powerful though.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's way more powerful.
Yeah, and I think the internet right now is saying that it's very expensive. If you want something cheaper, there is the Xbox One S. We also got its release date, which is
November 7th.
Yeah, so it's coming out this holiday season.
Yeah, they promised to deliver it within the holiday season, and it seems that they are going to be delivering on that promise.
Yeah. And then finally, we got a look at what the console looks like. What did you think of
that?
This,
for me, I thought this was one of the more impressive parts. Was they said this is the smallest Xbox console to date. So not only is it way more powerful, it's also compacted into the smaller chassis to be able to do that.
Yeah, it's
impressive.
Smaller than the Xbox One S, which is approximately 40% smaller than the Xbox One.
So they've really shrunk the size.
It looks
of
like
their
a
consoles.
smaller black version of the Xbox One S.
Yeah, and it's sleek. You probably fit it anywhere in your home entertainment system. So, that was one of the cooler parts of the Microsoft conference.
While Microsoft is pitching the console as a 4K capable system, the company also said that it's going to be making improvements to 1080p gaming as well. You're going to get faster load times, anisotropic filtering, and super sampling. Do you mind walking users through what some of those things are?
Well, yeah. Super sampling is if you're in a 1080p display, it'll essentially be the image will render in like a higher
4K
resolution.
Or higher than 1080p.
Yeah, and then be condensed so the image quality is much more fine. So people who don't have 4K displays will still reap some benefits. We saw the games running in 4K throughout the whole press conference, and I never really saw any massive frame drops. I don't think everything was running at a steady 60 frames per second.
Yeah.
But rendering 4K is a feat within itself.
It's very graphical.
And and nothing looked framey, nothing looked choppy. Overall, with all the games they showed off, from AAA titles to the indie titles, look great. Overall, I'm impressed. I think this is what Microsoft needed to do. Looks all good to me.
Gotcha. Yeah, it seems like it's a console that you can get if you have a 1080p screen now, and then you can get some benefits that way, and then later if you wanted to, you can upgrade to a 4K TV and continue to get better benefits.
Right.
And then the last thing is, the console, by itself is fine, but what about the games? What did you think about the games? They showed, Assassin's Creed Origins, I think it was called.
Yeah.
Metro, what was it, Exodus?
Yeah, Metro
which
Exodus.
I thought looked amazing.
Yep.
What did you think about the lineup of games and how they looked?
Okay, well, in terms of the lineup, I was super hyped up to see Metro Exodus and see it running. It looked really smooth too, because Metro has a long history of being one of the more graphically demanding games with 2033 and Last Light.
Yeah.
And now this one, it seems like it's going to be in that same line of impressively
rendered.
Yeah.
And it looks gorgeous running at 4K. It's on a console, unbelievable.
Yeah, on a console at
Unprecedented.
4K, it looked really smooth. And to see other games like Shadow of War, Assassin's Creed, they look great too. They're also rendering 4K. The only thing was some of the lighting, maybe some of the textures weren't on par with what we would see if we cranked a PC version all the way up to Ultra, which is fine. I mean, I'm not going to expect a console to run 4K and super fine textures all at the same time, but they ran smooth, which I think is the most important part for me.
Yeah, it looked playable. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to us on YouTube. Thank you for watching.